Hey everyone, today is May 22nd, 2020. This morning I woke up to news about Pakistan Airlines Flight 8303, which crashed earlier today in the city of Karachi, Pakistan. So in this video we're going to take a look at the numerology of this incident, how it relates to the sacrifice code that I consistently document on my blog, and we'll also take a look at how this relates to the president of Pakistan, Arif Alvi, the 13th president who took office back on September 9th in the year 2018. As we usually do, we'll start with the date numerology of this incident. May 22nd, 2020 has what we call primary numerology of 67, 5 plus 22 plus 20 plus 20. This is a number associated with blood sacrifice and human sacrifice in reduction. Throughout this video, I'm also going to be mentioning how this relates to the Eclipse crucifixion code. Not only does total solar eclipse also have this gematria of 67 in standard reduction, but notice how today's date numerology also has this 13 and 31 numerology as well. Now, in my work, I talk about the number 1331 and how it relates to the Eclipse code. Down in the description below, I will link my post to my work on 1331 to explain that further. So again, the phrases blood and human sacrifice both have this value of 67. But what about the word sacrifice? Well, in the alphabetic order, this sums to 73. The other most significant cipher I teach outside of the ordinal methods on this channel is called Latin, or Jewish Gematria, which uses the ancient Latin alphabetic order with more modern English characters placed at the end. Now, in this method, sacrifice equals 206. This brings us to Pakistan International Airlines. This is the company that operated the flight that crashed earlier today. We'll notice how this was established in the year 46. Using the reduction method, the word sacrifice equals 46. Measuring from the date that it was founded, October 29th, 1946, to the date of today's crash, is exactly 73 years and 206 days. Again, numbers both aligning with the sacrifice code. The number 73 is also noteworthy for its relation to the phrase solar eclipse, which sums to 73 in reverse reduction. This year, there's one total solar eclipse. It'll be the first one since summer of last year. This crash occurred exactly 206 days before this total solar eclipse. Notice how Karachi, Pakistan, the site of this crash, sums to 142 in ordinal and 101 in reverse reduction. These are the values of eclipse sacrifice, 142 and 101. Now in English Gematria, a cipher built similarly to Jewish but uses the current 26-letter alphabet. In this method, the word sacrifice equals 226. Well, if you measure from today to October 29th, notice how this is 22 weeks and 6 days. The president of Pakistan, Arif Alvi, was sworn in on September 9th of 2018. That means this crash occurred during his 622nd day in office. And we'll talk more about the president soon, as His numerology is central to this ritual. So whenever we're talking about the sacrifice code, it's important not to ignore the numbers 13 and 33. We start with 33, which sums to 895 in Jewish Gematria. This is the same as ritual human sacrifice in the same method. This code coming from the New Testament, where Judas betrays Jesus, leading to the crucifixion. Now, most people believe that Jesus was crucified at the age of 33, in the year 33 AD. Well, notice how Pakistan International Airlines gives us an ordinal value of 330. This flight today said to have crashed in the city of Karachi, which sums to 33. Crucifixion of Jesus Christ also with this 303 ordinal Gematria. Now, the number 13 is also significant to this code. First of all, human sacrifice equals 130 in ordinal. With the S exception, ritual human sacrifice equals 103. Furthermore, a Hebrew word for sacrifice has the same gematria as 13. Well, today's flight that went down is called Flight PK 8303. Now, first of all, you can find the number 33 in this, but what's more interesting is that when you type this out, you get a gematria of 103, a lot like the number 13. Also notice the 141 in reverse. That's the gematria of 33. But if we take out the word flight and just put in PK 8303, we get even more interesting numbers. Notice how both forwards and backwards this sums to 41, which is the 13th prime number. The date of today's crash also has reduced numerology of 13. And if we measure from the last total solar eclipse, which was on July 2nd of 2019, to the date of this incident, it's exactly 10 months and 3 weeks. So clearly the number 13 is coded into this crash to a high degree. Well, 13 is the only number in the alphabetic order that sums to 99. Now, why is this significant? Well, this brings us back to the current president of Pakistan. Notice how this man is the 13th president of the country. And he was sworn in on the date September 9th, written 9/9. Of course, if you add 9 plus 9, you get 18. He was sworn in the year 18. Notice how this man was born on August 29th. Well, August 29th falls exactly 99 days after today's plane crash. Pakistan Airlines Flight 8303 is said to have 99 passengers on board. Every year, the nation of Pakistan celebrates its Independence Day on August 14th. Well, if you include the end date, today's crash falls a span of 9 months and 9 days after their Independence Day. What I also found out to be pretty interesting is that Arif Alvi, again, the president of Pakistan, if you measure from his date of birth to the date of the crash, you get a span of 8 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. This ties us directly to the flight that crashed, which was numbered 8303. Before I end this video, I want to point out a couple more interesting things about today's numerology. May 22nd is the date that leaves 223 days in the year. Now, 223 is a significant number, one I talk about quite frequently. The Saros cycle, which allows us to predict the next total lunar or solar eclipse, is a period of 223 lunar phases. The Hebrew Gematria for the moon sums to 223. In Latin Gematria, Masonic equals 223. Today's date also 2 months and 23 days before Pakistan's Independence Day. 223 is the 48th prime number. This ties us to the city of Karachi, where this plane went down today. Perhaps worth noting that last year's total eclipse happened on a date with primary numerology of 48. It was also on the date leaving 182 days in the year. Karachi PK sums to 182. And notice how the president of Pakistan has been in office for exactly 1 year, 8 months, and 2 weeks. And the reason I don't think that's a coincidence is because notice these values of 78, 42, and 57. Well, President Arif Alvi also equals 78, 42, and 57. But really, the primary riddle here lies in the number of 13 being found in today's numerology. 10 months, 3 weeks after the eclipse. Flight PK 8303 equals 103. And this president, the 13th, sworn in on 9/9, 99 days before his birthday, 99 passengers on board, 9 months, 9 days after Pakistan's Independence Day. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this quick video. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and we'll talk to you next time. Peace, love, God bless. See ya.